As you know, the mission of the Bridgeport Public Schools is to graduate all students college ready and prepared to succeed in life. This preparation must happen early in the learning process. We have a national program in our school system doing just that, known as the National Urban Alliance for Effective Education. Here's a look at our proactive group.
If you were writing a paper on a paragraph, right? The tree map contains main ideas and details.
Jethro D'Airlis and Paige Carroll, students at Madison School, are excited about learning.
If someone asks you in college, you should know what a tree map is, and a bubble map and a flow map is.
And their enthusiasm in the classroom is shared by many of their classmates due to the learning that happens here every day, combined with a new initiative called the National Urban Alliance for Effective Education, or the NUA. It's designed to build toward high intellectual performance through students' culture, language, and cognition, while focusing on learning and teaching with the student and instructor in mind. Veronica McDermott, director of the NUA, explains.
The NUA process is one in which we work with school districts that are really committed to the notion that every child can succeed and that education is in fact a civil right. We begin from that frame of reference, and then we work with teachers and administrators, giving them the tools that they need to really have students develop to their fullest potential.
The NUA process has been in the Bridgeport Public Schools for the past 2.5 years. To date, 19 schools have taken advantage of the NUA principles and research-based strategies. Superintendent John J. Ramos Sr. says NUA is one of the district's primary partners, helping to close the achievement gap by having students perform to high intellectual standards.
This is a very reputable organization that we have partnered with over the last 2 years and hope to continue that partnership as we empower teachers with new strategies that are culturally responsive to help them reach our students in different ways.
And other districts are reporting positive results as well. According to the Daily Gazette, the Albany City School District, in its second year of implementation of the NUA process, saw gains in English and math. Here's how the process works. NUA mentors go into the schools to assess how each one is organized for instruction. After the assessment, mentors work closely with teachers to co-design an intervention and conduct training sessions while demonstrating lessons in math, science, reading, and writing with groups of students. Assistant Principal Ralph Palladino says some teachers were reluctant at first, but now that they've had an opportunity to witness the results, many teachers are singing the praises of the NUA.
Well, from my level, I mean, I can look at it from seeing some of the enthusiastic responses that the children give when I see them in the classes using the thinking maps, and that's been our primary focus in this building. We've seen our quarterly online testing results have increased in the scores.
We have seen, for instance, in a school district like Indianapolis, for many, many years until NUA came in, their scores were downward trending on all of their state assessments. Once NUA got in there, that trajectory changed.
Teachers Susan Neal and Sonia Reed see the change as well and welcome having additional resources they can tap into to enhance learning.
It's always wonderful having other resources to draw upon, and new and exciting activities, and I think it's great to have.
They said it was another program they were going to introduce us to, and I was like, okay, we've had a few come and go through the years, so couldn't understand why, but we went to the training, and as you got to sit in on the training and you met the people who were doing it over the summer, and you see people who've been teaching for 40 and 50 years, and they're like, this is a wonderful program, and you're like, to find a veteran teacher of 40 years that's saying this is what's going to work and it's going to make you better, then that starts to make you believe in it.
And that success can be measured in the classroom as students are being prepared to compete in a global economy.
A taxonomy is something like, say if you wanted to do feelings and you didn't know a word for it. So you check down a taxonomy and it will give you the words for it, and it would be good for you to look at it and know.
So how would you teach me that? What kind of words?
Like feelings. You feel great for G.
One of the biggest outcomes I've seen truly is their confidence with nonfiction specifically, because they have strategies now that they can use when they're reading nonfiction. The kids really turn off sometimes from nonfiction, they struggle with it. So they use the thinking maps as a strategy to help them organize a nonfiction article.
And Madison School is not the only one in the district eager to share the outcomes of the NUA process. English teacher Alicia Perrin of Blackham School wanted to share her experience with me as well.
First of all, tell me about the outcomes you've seen from NUA.
What I've noticed most importantly with my students are that they are able to make personal connections in their lives. And they're able to use the strategies that are presented in NUA to actually take that information learned in the classroom and actually apply it to their own things at home.
And despite the challenges many urban districts face, the NUA partnership is empowering both students and teachers to achieve in unconventional ways.
It helps you with your work so you don't have to be a sloppy kid.